Alright, in 11.3 we are multiplying polynomials. So there are 3 different ways we can do this, and the first way is using algebra tiles. And that is what this explanation is. So for algebra tiles, here's our process. First thing we do is create a grid for the polynomials, and we model each polynomial using algebra tiles. So that's what we did in step 1 here. We created a grid, and then we have our algebra tiles up here and on the side. Now let's go ahead and figure out what polynomial this is. This is the polynomial 2x plus 3 because we have 2 x's here and then we have 3 of the 1's. Now we're not given pluses or minuses, so we're just going to assume all of them are positive. So then what is this one? This is x plus 1 because we have 1x and 1, 1. So now that we have modeled them with algebra tiles, the second step is to create a rectangle inside the grid that represents the whole area where they will be multiplied together. So we just take these ends and we bring them down to represent where our multiplication will be. So that's where we got all of these. We just make a rectangle. And then for step 3, to figure out what fills the inside, all you do is bring down these lines. So we see a line here and we just bring that down. We bring down these lines. And then we bring across any other lines we see. So that is how we got to this step. We just brought down the lines and brought over the lines. And that's all we have to do to see what fills in this multiplication. Well, for this one, I see 2x squared boxes. That's where we got the 2x squared. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the x boxes. Remember, if it's a tall rectangle, whether it's going up and down or side to side, that still means x. So that's where we get the 5x. And then I see 3 of the little ones. That gives us plus 3. So what we did in this problem was we took 2x plus 3, we multiplied it by x plus 1, and then that gave us our answer. So this is one way we can do it with algebra tiles. Let's look at number 1 and use algebra tiles to multiply them. So first thing we need to do is draw a grid. I'm going to put x minus 3 over here on the side. So I'm going to draw 1x box. I'm going to put a plus because it's positive. And then connected to it, I'm going to draw 3 little 1's. Now I know my picture's not beautiful and that's okay. So this is 3 minuses. So that is x minus 3. Positive x, 3 little negative 1's. Now on the top, I need 2x plus 1. So I have, there's x, here's 2x, and then we just need to add a 1 there. And those are pluses. Okay? So 2x plus 1 is now on the top. X minus 3 is now on the side. Next step, we just draw a rectangle that covers the entire part that we are multiplying. So that is here. Okay? Draw a rectangle, and now all we have to do is bring down these lines. So I'm going to bring down this line, bring down this one, and then bring across our line. So here's that x, and bring across the lines for the 1's. So now it should be pretty clear where we have x squareds, where we have x's and 1's. Last thing we need to do that we didn't have to on the other is to talk about plus or minus. I have a positive times a positive. That gives me a positive. A plus times a plus gives a plus. And a plus times a plus gives a plus. Now going down to this one, we have a minus times a plus. That gives a minus. Minus times a plus gives a minus. Minus times a plus gives a minus. Again, minus times plus gives minus, minus, minus. Minus times plus, minus times plus, minus times plus. So if there's a negative involved, you have to go through every single box and figure out what makes a plus and what makes a minus. Well, a negative times a positive, of course, is a negative. Now we filled in this middle section, we just have to count them up. So what are the x squareds that I have? I have a positive and a positive. That gives me 2x squared. We need to think about 0 pairs here because I have 6 negative x's, but I have 1 positive x. So actually this positive x is going to cancel out one of the negative x's. And that's going to leave me with just 5 negative x's. And then I have 3 of the negative 1's, nothing to cancel them with. So we're finished. So that's how we model them with algebra tiles. Next way I'm going to show you how to model is called a graphic organizer, or we can call it a table. So this is x plus 2 times x minus 3. If we make a graphic organizer, what we're going to do is again kind of draw a grid. On the top we're going to put x plus 2. On the bottom we're going to put x minus 3. But for this we're actually going to make boxes. We have x plus 2 on the top and x minus 3 on the bottom. Well, now we just multiply, just like we did the algebra tiles. The plus times the plus is a plus. Now we actually multiply. What's x times x? Well, we have to remember that x times x, what do we do with those exponents? We add them. So this is x to the first times x to the first. That gives me x to the 1 plus 1, which is x squared. Now I have 2 times x, and that comes in this box as 2x. Down here I've got x times negative 3, that's negative 3x. And in this box I have negative 3 times 2, that's negative 6. Well, you will see that always for the right diagonal, the ones like this, they are the same term, x and x. So now we can see what those give us. We have an x squared, we have a positive 2x minus 3x, and we have a negative 6. Those are like terms. So 2x minus 3x gives me negative x. Combine my like terms, and we're done. So I can just take every single piece out of here. If you're able to do it in your head, you can go ahead and combine the like terms in your head and come straight to the answer. Let's do one more using a graphic organizer, and then I'll show you distribution. So for this, we're going to need a little bit of a bigger graphic organizer because we have x squared, negative 3x, positive 1, and then we have 2x squared, negative 4x, and negative 3. All right, let's draw our boxes and multiply. So we have 2x squared times x squared. Well, we multiply the coefficients. The 2 times 1 is 2, and then x squared times x squared, we add those exponents to get x to the 4th. 2x squared times negative 3x, multiply the 2 and the negative 3 to get negative 6. X squared times x, add the exponents, x cubed. Then times 1, of course, is just 2x squared. Next one, negative 4x times x squared, we get negative 4x cubed. Negative 4x times negative 3x gives us positive 12x squared. Be careful of that. And then negative 4x times 1 is just negative 4x. Bottom, negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times negative 3x gives me a positive 9x. And then negative 3 times 1 gives me negative 3. Well, look at these diagonals. There are like terms. I see my x cubes. I see my x squareds, my x's, and then my constant. So let's go ahead and combine these. First I have 2x to the 4th. That one, there's nothing to combine. Well, negative 4 plus negative 4 plus negative 6 gives me a negative 10x cubed. Now I need to do negative 3 plus 12 plus 2. Well, negative 3 plus 12 gives me 9. 9 plus 2 gives me 11x squared. Then I have 9x minus 4x, and that's going to give me a positive 5x, and that negative 3. So I'm going to write my answer all together down here, 2x to the 4th minus 10x cubed plus 11x squared plus 5x minus 3. We combined our like terms, and we wrote it in standard form. Our next method of multiplying is distribution, or the distributive property. So we already know how to do the distributive property. If we have x times x plus 5, we need to take that x and give it to everything in the parentheses. So I'm going to give it to the x and give it to the 5. Well, x times x, we know we add those exponents, and that gives me x squared, and then x times 5 gives me positive 5x. All right, well, what if we have something like negative 5x and then in parentheses 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 1? We've got a little bit more to multiply here. Negative 5x times 2x cubed, we multiply the coefficients, so negative 5 times 2 gives me negative 10, and then x times x cubed, we add those exponents to get x to the 4th. Negative 5x times negative 3x, we get positive 15x. Then we multiply it by 1, and that gives us negative 5x. Is there something I did wrong here? Yes. Negative 5x times negative 3x squared, what do we do with those exponents? We add them, so that should actually give us 15x cubed. And if you caught that mistake, great job. Number 6, what if we have two sets of parentheses? So what if I've got x minus 3 times x plus 6? We're going to start with this first set of parentheses, and this is what we'll distribute. I'm going to give that x to everything. So first I have x times x gives me x squared, and x times 6 gives me 6x. Well, now we have to distribute the negative 3. So negative 3 times x gives me a negative 3x, and negative 3 times 6 gives me a negative 18. We're almost finished. We need to combine our like terms. 6x minus 3x is going to give us a positive 3x. So now our answer is x squared plus 3x minus 18. Next one, number 7. What if we have x squared plus 1 times x plus 3y? Same process. Take that x squared and give it to everything. So x squared times x, we add those exponents to get x cubed. X squared times 3y, that gives us 3x squared y. We always put the x in front of the y. Now we go with the 1. 1 times x gives me a positive x. 1 times 3y gives me 3y. Is there anything to combine here? No. And is this in standard form? Yes, it is. We have an x cubed that has the same degree as this one. This has a degree of 3, which means we do alphabetical order. So x is first, then the xy, then the x, then the y because of degree. So that one looks good as well. Now, if you prefer using the graphic organizer method we did above, you can absolutely do that instead of distributing if you want to. All right, number 8. We have 3x minus 7 times 4x squared plus 4x minus 3. I want you to try this one using whichever method, and then after you finish, start the video again and check your answer. All right, now that you tried it, let's go over it. I'm going to use distribution, so I'm going to give that 3x to everything. So 3x times 4x squared will give me 12x cubed. 3x times 4x will give me 12x squared. And 3x times negative 3 will give me negative 9x. Now we've got to give the 7 to everything. So negative 7 times 4x squared is going to give me negative 28x squared. Negative 7 times 4x is going to give me negative 28x. And negative 7 times negative 3 gives me a positive 21. Now we need to use what you did on Friday and combine our like terms. So x squared, negative 28x squared can go together. The negative 28 and the negative 9x are like terms. So this 12x cubed has nothing to add to. 12x squared minus 28x squared gives me negative 16x squared. Negative 9x minus 28x gives me negative 37x. And then, of course, a plus 21 at the end.